Next up, we have sacral authority. This is 35% of the population. These are our generators and our manifesting generators who do not have their emotional solar plexus defined. So this is just if you got that little red square without the emotional one. Generators and manifesting generators with this sacral authority, there's an immediate sacral voice that is responding, uh-huh, yes, or uh-uh, no. And if there's any hesitation, it's a ask again later or ask it differently. Sacral authority shows generators through response what is correct for them, what their boundaries are, and what they have the energy for. Truth is in the present time, and it cannot predict the future. Sacral authority is reliable, honest, and trustworthy guide to reducing resistance and maximizing satisfaction.
That's the whole thing. It's about maximizing that satisfaction. That will help light your way. It becomes a candle. It becomes a giant lantern when you start really seeing it. The maximization of the sacral authority is to recognize A, you have no emotional authority, and B, you're a generator. So you've got an open and enveloping aura, and you're duty bound to await the little Buddha inside, this little sacral that acts a little bit like a diaphragm against the rest of the world. So anything that coming in, it bounces back a response, and it's immediate, and it's faster than mind. And that sacral response is just waiting to tell you, oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. The sacral is the reason I came up with the whole, notion for all the types included, but the sacral started it out for me was listen to the kid because the kid is always right. And that led immediately to, and you have to see it. You have to see this unfolding so that you can kill the conditioning, and correct all of that. So the kid is always right. This is the sacral, that thing that gets up and runs and does the next thing. Its job is to expend energy. Think about that. It's got a beautiful keynote of sustainment, right? It sustains at what it commits its sacral energy to. And its commitment is in a guttural sound first. If you're a manifesting generator, it might be in words, but there's a guttural sound under it that's saying, uh-huh, yeah. And it's like ready to go. And it makes lots of sounds. Just sit in a room with a bunch of sacral beings and you'll hear all kinds of, yeah, sounds like you're listening to adult babies. If you were to be able to speed it up a little bit to turn it into Alvin the Chipmunk, like you'd think you were hearing, babies, right? Something like
What,
that.
what an analogy.
I know Alvin and Chipmunks. I love that. So this generative inside of us capacity to simply have an immediate response means we have to treat our responsiveness like laughter. You can only laugh right now. You can't laugh. You can't. It's not. You're not laughing if you're saying I'm laughing a minute from now. Everyone's going to be like, maybe. No, you're not. Yeah, right.
Or it's fake. Like you can't make it
Right.
happen.
Right. It's just not. It's not the thing yet.
Fake
It,
laughter is like super cringy and super awkward and needs to just be pure response in the moment, or you can feel something is off and it doesn't work right.
totally. Totally. And so when we talk about authority, we're talking about truth. And since each being is unique, it's your truth. Whoever's like looking right back at me, looking at you, it's your truth only, first and foremost. And then there's obviously commonalities amongst all the other people with a similar authority and strategy and so forth. But regardless, it's still yours. That means the pure generator or the manifesting generator without the solar plex only has truth in the now. Exactly the opposite. Only. So the world saw fit to basically give us a whole chunk of this and a whole chunk of that. The two biggest chunks are the sacral and solar plex.
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional authority. So no truth in the now leads directly to I have an immediate response, and that becomes truth to you because it means it's where the sacral is saying this is the place to place your energy. The sacral is literally the guardian of the energy, and nothing moves without the energy. Without the sacral juice, the planet doesn't, it stops moving. We'll have pockets of emotional movement and ego stuff. I'm sure we'll get plenty of things done, but the world stops moving essentially, and we need it. And these beings have no truth that lasts beyond the now. When I say no truth, their truth is a culmination of all the nows that went before it. They have to wait for that response to know right in the now that this is the thing, and they have to do it without interference of mental expectations, the mental glazing that wants to put some conditions on what I'm about to respond. All of this haze that mind thinks of, you have to start to see the difference. It's so easy to miss, but if someone starts pointing it out to you, When I ask a generator sacral questions, they see it pretty quickly. And suddenly it becomes, yeah, I don't want that. Well, that sounds true then. Yeah, no, let's do that. That sounds true. Hope that stopped sounding true. Like it happens that fast. Hey, do you like blue? Sounds like you don't really like it. You
I
can
mean, it's
share your
okay, and they'll come up with a whole mental
all the
story to not
words,
make
and
you
then just
feel
like,
bad.
and if we're and the thing is, in respect to not only the generator that was coming up with all the words they didn't want, but to myself as a generator, I would say to them, I would like the last 18.5 seconds of my life back, please. that and for your life back as well. You know what I mean? Because we spend so much of that energy that we don't want to spend. It's just the thing. Recognize that you have this beautiful responsive nature that's just whistling Dixie like the 4-year-old inside of you, the kid. And suddenly there is something, a word, a sight, a sound, a thought. You bumped into somebody. What doesn't matter what it is. Your partner said something. The sacral is now alive with your truth. And that's the moment it is alive with your truth. And if you wait another moment to determine something was true, your mind got involved. When I say moment, I'm talking, half a second. That's when its truth comes out. The second something happens. So be whistling Dixie generators. If you got no emotional authority, you're a sacral being. You're a pure sacral being. Manifesting or a pure generator doesn't matter. And there's your truth. You are whistling Dixie until there is something. And then you know it's true. And that's the time you actually know it's true. So start charting that. Witness that. It's an amazing thing.
I feel like sacral authority is kind of just like the easiest one in a sense because it's like you have a battery. Your job is to use that battery every single day. What do you use the battery for? See what your response is. And sacral authority, it is the magic 8 ball. That's why I chose that graphic. It's like you have pure sacral authority, you are a magic 8 ball. Yes, no, ask again later. Like it's so straightforward of what it is. My boyfriend is a pure manifesting generator with sacral authority, and I treat him like a magic 8 ball. I ask him simple yes no questions, one at a time. I give him a chance to respond, and it's either like, yep, nope, and then maybe he'll start coming up with a story to make it something feel. But I'm like, I know you already got your sacral. Your sacral already said you're not into it. If it's a oh, I don't maybe later, it's just like no, your sacral's not into it. Don't lie to me. I have your immediate truth in the now. So if you have sacral authority, just have people treat you like a magic 8 ball and let your sacral be your guide.
Anything he could possibly say after any all the
It's nonsense.
words, it might come out true. It might be on. All you can do is allow it to be like a weather vane. It might point this way, but if the other being sits there and builds an expectation over what was just said, like, oh, I might want to go. You know what? I sort of like that movie, but they leaned it towards trying to make the other happy a little bit, right? Just
Oh,
in that moment.
completely.
Yes, and just in
You don't
that
want to hurt their
moment,
feelings.
right? And so yeah, that person sets an expectation. That sacral has definitely not told the truth in those words, but they might have said through their outer authority some stuff that might be on their mind about it. That's all it is the thing. So don't take it as meaning making. You have to wait till the next point of response. No meaning making outside of response. If you're not a responder, you're a liar accidentally and you don't like it. Little minute one, but over and over is a thing.
You're like a tiny repetitive liar.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like those little toy soldiers where the guy comes in, it's like, oh my God, they've come alive, and they're shooting little bows and arrows, and it's like a pinprick. But 100 times later, the guy's bloody and trying to get out the door, and
It's like Gulliver's Travels.
now it's Steven Spielberg sci-fi and no longer toy soldier sci-fi. But
Sacral authority, though, it's see your response in the moment and also experiment with it. Like, don't listen to anything that we say. Play with it. See what happens as a generator, manifesting generator. See what happens when you try to initiate compared to when you wait to respond. See what happens when you listen to your sacral response and see what happens when you don't or when you go against it. Like play that experiment. It's yours to play. See what happens, see what feels better, see when you flow with the universe and see when you're swimming upstream and it's agitating and annoying and people around you are annoyed and everything feels weird. Like that's for you to play with and learn what feels good and what works out best and, make your decisions accordingly
right, in the now.
in the now.
Witness your truth in the now. Don't miss it anymore. It's happening all the time. It's happening right now. The magic 8 ball thing is a great analogy.
It's just like literally what I see it as is just if you're pure sacral, you're not emotional. It's just ask a yes no question in the same way you'd ask a magic 8 ball. And if there's hesitation or then it is. It's ask again later or ask
Yeah.
it differently. But otherwise, it's yep, nope, and see where that takes you.
And the funny thing is, it's even the 8 ball is slow because you're still waiting for it to come into focus for that whole second or two. Sacral's even working faster than that. It's
Oh,
funny
it's
how
like a
fast
rubber
it is.
band. The
Yep.
sacral
Snap.
response, it's so quick, and especially with the pure manifesting generators with that 3420, it is the quickest snap of a rubber band that it is just
Right.
immediate that you can feel that is like, and that rubber band, so that's kind of cool too, is the idea of the sacral as like a diaphragm, right? This idea of you have this battery that is full of energy and it is your job to use that battery every day. And when the sacral responds, it's indicating that that diaphragm opens so that energy can flow out. And so, like, you could feel it, especially. I mean, I don't know what it feels like for a sacral being, but as a non sacral, I could feel the sacral authority snap like a rubber band, almost to the point where it can be like abrasive and like uncomfortable because it could be so intense.
Does that happen with me for you? It must sometimes.
Probably you're farther away since we're like, digital friends. So probably a little bit it happens with you, but especially with like my boyfriend because, he's a
In
3420.
aura, yes, it's guys
At
that,
minutes
yeah,
especially.
yeah. Moni's pointing out, we do transfer our aura over these airwaves to a degree. We transfer parts of it. I have never really known what measurement of that do we transfer to place on that, but I know it's some. But in aura for real, within 6 to 8 feet of the other person, that's the real baddie. That's the game.
If you would like to book a reading with either Danny or myself, check out the QR code above, or I have the link down in the description box below. You can use code AWAKEN for 10% off your reading. So check that out, hang out with us, ask us questions about your chart and anything you got going on. We'd love to talk to you. Also, if you've been getting a lot out of our shows, you've been learning a whole lot, you get a whole human design education here, and you'd like to support us and encourage us, check out our QR code above for our donation link. That's also down in the description box below. And we thank you very, very much.
You've got yourself inner authority, man. Take this, play it back, send it to your friends, and thank you very much, right?
Thank you, Danny. Thank you to everyone who is watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us. We love having you. Thank you for being with us while we grow, and we will catch you next week for another episode.
Till the next time, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.